This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Fiscally responsible, financial geniuses, monetary magicians. These are things people say about drivers who switch their car insurance to Progressive and save hundreds. Visit progressive.com to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary, not available in all states or situations.
Chronic spontaneous urticaria, or chronic hives with no known cause. It's so unpredictable. It's like playing pinball. Itchy, red bumps start on my arm, then my back. Sometimes my legs. Hives come out of nowhere. And it comes and goes. But I just found out about a treatment option at treatmyhives.com. Take that, chronic hives. Learn more at treatmyhives.com.
This show is part of the Head Stuff Podcast Network, a hub for the creative and the curious. Shows are produced in association with Head Stuff and the Podcast Studios Dublin. Find out more or become a member at headstuffpodcasts.com.
Hello and welcome to Shite Talk, an Irish history podcast. This week we've got a special guest, Peter McGann, on for a Talking Shite kind of interview episode. We were meant to do a film club about Gulliver's Travels, but that's a very, very bad film, so we kind of just went on a lot of tangents instead. Also, we've got a live gig next week with Peter in the Workman's, 25th of November in Dublin, €15 tickets. Also, Peter's on tour himself, doing stand-up comedy with his No tour. Go check that out as well. And other than that, enjoy the episode. Go on, good luck. Hopefully see you next week.
It's raining. Ireland's just beaten Portugal. We've essentially won the World Cup. By the time you hear this episode, we've lost to Hungary and the dream's over. But in the minute, we're all soaking wet and happy and in the Head Stuff studios. And here...
Do another intro in case we win.
We bloody did it. We're all going to America. I always liked Trump. He was a good man. He never said a word about him. And we're here with Peter McGann. Who did you vote for in the election, Peter?
The American one?
Yeah.
Well, you know me. I'm hardcore.
Yeah.
They don't call me Peter McGann for nothing.
That's good.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Considering you sprung it on me.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Delicious Head Stuff coffee.
Nice. You could really dance with the devil there and try and sell that as merch.
Yeah, I don't think I haven't thought of it.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't thought of it. I just thought of it now. Now I am thinking about it. So I probably won't. Probably won't get that far out of this room, but...
I was at some gig over the summer and there was a fella walking around with like a, red hat, American fella, red peak hat that just said 45 on it.
Yeah.
So I think is Trump the 45th president? But it was just like right up to, you couldn't prove anything.
Yeah.
Well, he was just walking around trying to catch an eyes
I
with
just
everyone.
have a number.
Yeah. So, you can't wear a red hat with a number on it. Is it illegal now? But he knew what he was doing. It was Van Morrison and Neil Young. So yeah, it was mostly like middle-aged.
Really?
Yeah, American.
I thought Van Morrison was wearing the hat.
Van.
Again, that album during lockdown.
Yes.
It was a bit fair enough, whatever about it. The music.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Literally just yesterday, I listened to Tupelo Honey and I'm teary-eyed.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh.
And then you think of how
Yeah.
far he's come. Where his artistry?
You think he's a man to keep hitting home runs so long into his career.
And when
Dingers.
when other artists were struggling during
Yes.
COVID, he found a way to
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
comment on the current moment and also just improve on his artistry
Mm.
in a way I didn't think was possible.
Yeah. And he's not done yet.
He's
That
not.
was only volume 1
No?
Yeah.
of going off the deep end.
He's just
Great
turned
title, by the way.
80. This is someone else's point, but like Van lived through, obviously, through the Troubles, lived in America during the Civil Rights marches, didn't say much, didn't say anything about that, kept it hush until a protest song was really needed,
Yes.
when people were asked to wear masks.
Yes. I know. He picked his battles.
He
and
picked his
the right
battle,
one.
yeah. He was like, let Dylan sing about the civil rights, let the Stiff Little Fingers have the Troubles, I'm coming in hard.
He's very magnanimous that way.
Yeah, he is. How do you feel about there's a couple of his songs that just bring a tear to my eye every time.
Why are you on Facebook?
Why are you on Facebook being one of them? Yes.
There's the Tupelo honey and sweet
Sweet things,
like that.
yeah.
There's a reason I started listening to Tupelo honey was I saw this clip and apparently it goes semi-viral. You know the way these certain clips go around go do the rounds every couple of months or years or whatever. And I'd never seen it, considering I'm a massive Martin Scorsese fan. It's a clip of Robbie Robertson and Scorsese in the 70s in a hotel room with a couple of other people. And they look like they haven't slept, shall we say. And Robbie Robertson has a glass of white wine in his hand and he's playing Tupelo Honey for Martin Scorsese. He's like, you have to listen to this song. And he's like jarred and he plays him this song.
Yeah.
Plays him Tupelo Honey. And it's just this like handheld footage of the two of them and listening to it and sharing these looks. And it was like the most powerful thing I've experienced in a long time, just watching that video. And then I did start thinking about fan and like how
well, I mean, you know,
look, each their own.
Yeah. Don't separate the art from the artist.
Oh, that's all I do.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sorry. It's so funny that was a phrase when we were kids when it didn't, and I was like, what was that for, Hitler? But now it's just everyone.
Now we're so good at it.
We're so good at it.
I like most of my favourite artists.
Like
from on the paedophilia scale, they are like
which is a scale we use daily.
Yes, we all know the paedophilia scale. Anyway, they're like
it's actually just age.
I'm disappointed when I find out there isn't a controversy section, and I look up a lad I'm a fan of, and I'm like, where's his controversies? Why his personal life is just a paragraph? Boring.
They didn't dig deeper because that means
yes.
This is a giveaway as behind the scenes for how I researched this podcast, but you can go into Wikipedia and check edits. It'll show you the history of all the edits that have been made in it. That's where the real, where you see minus 2,000 words and just like a mod note being like unsubstantiated. Go read that. That's where the real dirt comes out. But I heard recently, so the point of this episode that we'll get to at some point is we've watched Gulliver's Travels, the 2010 movie, but it's not very good, so we'll just ignore that for as long as possible.
And I haven't seen it.
Well, listen, you're a Scorsese fan, you're a fan of Kino.
Oh, he did that, did he?
He did. Oh, you're a Scorsese fan, you haven't seen Gulliver's Travels 2010? He didn't do it per se, but certainly spiritually, I would say this is a successor. But I read recently that he wasn't a fan of Sopranos. He watched one episode, he said he didn't get it, and
I love that. And I get it. I mean, I like Sopranos 5. I haven't finished it, so that's bad. But
what the hell?
I know.
I can take you not watching Gulliver's Travels.
You, sir. No, I think it's fantastic. But I just the way my life has gone, I'm watching it in quite a staggered fashion. But
it's been around for.
It's been off telly nearly 20 years.
Yeah, I know.
What do you mean how your life has gone? What the hell?
I mean, if I told you some of the shows I have watched to their entirety,
I mean that's fair.
Then there's then there's like I haven't watched.
I know, but
The Wire or Sopranos.
What the? I was so close to letting you back in there. But what have you been doing?
I've a very I've got a very strange tastes. Not in the same way that some of my heroes
not on the paedophile scale.
No.
Well, if you're on the paedophile scale, you're on the other end of it.
I'm at the top.
On the top,
which is
it's like but it's like a converse pyramid.
It's exactly correct.
Yes, like the Egyptians.
Yeah, exactly. Who?
Nothing was ever proven.
No, well, that's true. But
Moses was a tout.
Egypt's Wikipedia attractions are old.
Controversy. Egypt controversies. So like
your controversy section is going to say that you didn't watch The Wire or Sopranos.
I know.
And that you kept pronouncing controversies.
Controversies.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Is that an American word?
I don't know. I just honestly.
Controversies.
Yeah. This is the name just dogpiling.
Oh, God.
Sorry.
But no. Scorsese not liking Sopranos.
Yeah. You respect it.
I respect it. And also, it's like they're just doing him on a weekly basis. So it's like if he watched that, it's like.
Oh, right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, that's probably fair.
It's like there's.
Why would he watch an imitation?
And like, I mean, David Chase is not going to deny it. He tried to cast Ray Liotta as Tony Soprano. He cast Ray
got him in the movie.
He got him in the movie. Cast Ray Bracco as Melfi.
Yeah,
and it's full of references and
Spider
Christopher Moltisanti.
Yeah, but it's not right. in one sense, you could be like, he poached Scorsese's work for that. On the other sense, he had to set a series about the Italian mob. It's not, there's going to be a big crossover.
Oh, I'm not saying that it's a bad thing, but I'm like, Scorsese's not going to sit down and be like, oh, yeah, he's doing.
Yeah, there it is.
He's doing me, yeah. It's the same way he's like the Joker. He was like asked about the Joker.
Yeah.
Did you see it? No, I get it. What a scathing comment. I didn't see it, but I get it.
But yeah, I mean...
Oh, that would hurt.
That would hurt
Yeah.
a lot. Yeah, I get it, because I made King of Comedy and Taxi Driver.
And
you hack!
Yeah. I'm with you for the... Yeah, that movie was... It's god-awful. But even though it's the exact same sentiment, I disagree with you on Sopranos for some reason.
Oh, wait, what disagree with me how?
Just in general. Just your whole vibe.
I really liked Sopranos.
Yeah.
I really
you really like something, then you don't finish it.
Well, how many
I
seasons?
haven't finished it.
This meal is delicious. Please take it away before I
How many
spoil
seasons are you in? Is it like I haven't finished it?
Yeah.
I'm on one episode in.
No. I want
Zoom in the camera.
Three
I
or
don't know.
something like that.
But 3 or 4, however many there are.
However many. I'm like 2 seasons off from finishing. It's not that I. It's not that,
That's such a good answer to not have a season number. But like, I'm 1 away from the end.
I'm one away.
However many there are, I'm 1 away
It
from
feels
that.
like eternity. No, I didn't. Let me put this. I didn't. It's not that I didn't finish it. I haven't finished it.
I see.
You see?
I see what you mean now.
Did it as definitive.
Yeah.
I
It depends what the definition of
really
is.
love The Sopranos.
Let's just
I
put
love-
that. That's the headline.
And I'm so gonna. Do you know what? For Mad Men, I kept the
Look
last
at
ever.
this segue.
I kept the last ever episode on ice for
Oh, yeah.
ages because I was like, I don't want this to end.
Yeah.
And I feel like I would do the same thing about Sopranos, except I
It's
obviously have
2
seen
seasons.
the very last season
Yeah.
of Sopranos. But no, I kept that on. There's Scorsese films. Scorsese is my artistic hero.
Yeah.
I haven't seen The Colour of Money because I have that
You want to
on,
save it until.
on ice. Or I haven't seen
Yeah.
Age of Innocence because I have that on ice ready to go one
Mm.
day.
That's a good way. That's a
fair.
good excuse.
Yeah.
This thing of like we need to just gorge ourselves on the thing that we love. No,
No.
I want a lifetime.
Taste a little.
taste it. I
Yeah.
want a lifetime of this stuff.
Don't even watch it. Don't even know if you like
Don't
it.
yeah, exactly.
Just
That's even better.
That's
the
the
galaxy.
best.
favorite
Yeah.
director, like his vibe. Never
I've
watched
never
his
watched
work.
it.
Never-
Didn't need to. Already got
I
it.
saw him in interviews.
Yeah,
I like that.
I got the vibe. Yeah,
I watched him listen to a Van Morrison album. That was all I needed.
that was all I needed. I didn't need
Instant
to.
favorite. Van shows up in Sopranos. Well,
Does
not
he?
personally. The music.
Oh, the music,
His
sorry.
music a lot. Yeah, I can't imagine he would go in for any of that sort of stuff. If they're like, join me in the show, cameo.
No. And he would say yes. Or even if he said yes, he'd be like getting on the day, and he'd be just horrible.
Oh, yeah.
Ranking scenes and stuff.
So I'm supporting Neil Young. He was, I'd say, home he didn't stay around seeing Neil Young. He was home by 9 o'clock, I think.
That's insane.
Yeah.
They asked him why he said, "I get it."
Yeah.
Yeah, I could watch Neil do it, or I could just listen to my second album. Yeah, but it's just, yeah. Because you could see Neil Young off stage, like, kind of watching him, enamored, maybe. But yeah, then Van straight out the door, bus home
That's bus on the bus.
on the back of the 13, saying his leap card's broken. Doesn't pay.
Do you think that hits Neil Young though? He looks over to his left in the middle
Yeah,
of the concert. He's like a big shade,
course.
empty space.
Empty,
Whatever.
yeah. A van shaped with a peaked cap,
Yeah.
a beret, heat flipping thing of van's gone, a round hole in the wall.
Yeah, I would imagine that is, yeah, especially if you brought him out to like, he shouldn't have been, I thought the gig was that they were playing together, but it was Van opening for him, which is odd.
That's very. I wouldn't have thought Van was down to.
No, I wouldn't have thought so.
I thought it was a
either.
double headliner because I missed
That's
it.
what it
I
was
wasn't-
advertised.
That's what
Yeah.
Morris
Well,
was told.
Sorry, I was going to say that's what it was advertised as. That's what I misread the poster as. But yeah. But we're not here to talk about Van. We're here to grill Peter over other shows he hasn't seen. Now, because I watched Mad Men, I don't know when, but it was on Netflix at the time, and it only did, is it 6 seasons altogether?
Yeah.
But the 6th season after Sopranos started the trend, they split the 6th season into 2. And Netflix only had 6.5 seasons or 5.5 seasons. So the last couple of episodes weren't on it.
Oh.
But I didn't realize that. So I watched all the way to that, like halfway through the last season, and just thought that was the last episode.
It kind of works for that show because the show it does kind of. That's how the last episode feels in a
Sure.
way where it's like, okay, this is all the time we're spending with these people, but they're going to have entire existences after the show ends. There's not going to be some definitive. This is what it's all about.
No,
which is kind of nice. I mean, it's not good. It's not if most shows I watch, I have I'm going after the story or the a good plot, and then you want like a good bit of resolution there. But for Mad Men, the beauty of it was it's like
there is no plot.
There's no plot. It's just like these people's lives, and sometimes crazy things happen. Sometimes nothing really much happens.
Yeah.
Did you all hear that?
Yeah, I think everyone heard that. What the hell was that?
That was my stomach.
Yeah.
The person might
There's like just shots of birds leaving towers. People turn around in the streets. What the hell?
I had dinner before the game last night.
Yes.
And that was early enough, and I haven't eaten since.
Well, there it is.
Oh, well, yeah, that makes sense.
1:30.
Yeah.
Oh, well then.
You got treated to a big luxurious day out.
I did. I got free tickets to the game, and I came with a meal beforehand.
What free tickets are these?
There was one of the lads, probably, I'm not going to give the betting company a shout out.
Yeah.
I think that's fair because I don't like, but I like their free tickets.
I do a voiceover for another betting company, so I might get in trouble if you're starting.
Oh, well.
Listen, they're all great. Or
they're all equally terrible.
They're all equally terrible. But to be fair, they probably lost their arse yesterday, so paying out on... There's definitely a couple of lads who threw a Hail Mary bet on Ireland winning that game.
7-1 before the game.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, just, 5 or 10 or... So also someone told me straight after the game, they just instantly looked up flights to Budapest. Instantly gone to 700 quid.
Yeah. Budapest, lovely city.
Never been.
Yeah.
Very unwell travelled in general, but also to...
Unwell travelled.
I've only travelled when I'm unwell, so I've only been to like Lords.
I've not enjoyed it.
Magic Corner on Lords, that's all I've all inclusive.
Fatima, no. I've hit them all.
Yeah. I'm very unwell travelled. That's a good joke.
That is good.
Now you all heard me say it first.
Yeah.
So if I see you on stage doing your...
I'm a little Peter. You don't call me Peter McGann for nothing.
You can have that one.
It doesn't really. I'd love to steal someone's material, which is so
entirely name-based puns.
You know me.
Imagine, if you will, if my surname was McGann.
Yes.
Are we all picturing that?
Yeah. And now let's take that as fact. Also, I love MAGA. So here we go. 2 bits of information. Let's go. Scene. But that's 2 solid jokes from you in half an hour. That's a good rate.
It's a good rate in general. It's an astounding rate for me. I don't have many jokes at all, especially in my act. So you should still come to see it.
Yeah. You've been touring around the country.
I have indeed.
I know.
Yeah.
Very good.
Mm-hmm.
It's I know the kind of reason it's called I know. Like I won't ruin it. But I remember I did it.
Do the bit.
It's the whole thing. Recently, and someone came up. It was Richie Bree or Dwayne Dugan came up. They're like
one of those animals.
One of those lads. They were together, and one of them said, "They're like, you're gonna when you don't get to use that anymore, you're fucked." Basically, because it's a lovely little cheat. I like a lot of cheats and crutches in my comedy, and this is the best.
Don't we all?
This is the best crutch I've ever had.
Yeah,
and it's obviously got like all jokes. It's got a sell by date on it. So,
but you have kind of, because I won't forgive the lads they've ruined no worries if not.
Oh yeah,
like that phrase is gone now from the and that's such a useful phrase, and you've taken no.
Yes.
What's left?
Sherlock.
This is it.
Once Jason Brennan's Sherlock tour hits in 2028, we'll have nothing left.
I did make, in my days as a serious filmmaker, back to Scorsese.
Yeah.
I made a short film called Sherlock. This is it.
How was it? Where could we see it?
Just on YouTube, I'd say.
On YouTube.
Venue.
I don't know if you're aware of this, but on your YouTube channel, there is a sketch. It's a very funny sketch. But it does involve you with a giant swastika on your head.
Yeah, Gary Woke.
Yeah.
I've thought about it.
That's still readily available.
I know.
Yeah. I've screenshot it anyway, so it doesn't matter. Don't worry about it. I've got copies in case you do, but just it's kind of funny.
I made that sketch before before fascism just comeback.
When it was ironic.
Back when exactly.
Back when you're like,
Nazis were
what's the craziest thing you could think of that Nazis would be back?
It's really hasn't aged well as a concept or in how it's presented. It's the idea behind Gary Woke, which is a sketch I made several quite some years ago.
Was that 9 months ago?
Yeah.
Back in the heady days of 2023.
Back in the heady days of 2025.
Mature recollection.
I made a sketch Where the basic idea was this former neo-Nazi who, which is like, again, was kind of an exotic concept at the time.
Yeah.
Former neo-Nazi has now kind of become completely sanctimonious, kind of progressive person.
Yeah.
But why during his time as a neo-Nazi, he had a swastika tattooed on his forehead. So it's him talking, doing very kind of, giving very microaggressions and kind of feminist topics in really kind of condescending ways to his friends, while he has this massive swastika on his forehead. And I thought that was a hilarious, whimsical concept for
it's
comedy.
You know what? If anything, it's more relevant today.
It's more relevant today, but I think it takes on a different kind of meaning today. Like even just the idea of like, I feel like if people could look at that today and be like, oh yes, of course, the real Nazis are the progressive people who are kind of like giving out to people, which is not the intention of the sketch. The sketch was like anything I do, there's no deeper meaning than this is something that I find funny.
Yeah.
But thanks for bringing that.
Yeah, I don't know what reminded me of that, but I do find that funny.
I should repost it, like just be like,
oh, for sure.
That'd be so funny.
Yeah. Just McGann through the ages, top 10. Here's one from the vault.
I have stuff in the vault that's that I made in my Galway days, shall we say. There's somewhere I'm like, I don't stand by this. There's nothing like, it's not like an edgelordy kind of push boundary, but there's some things where you're like, not that I don't stand by it, but I just wouldn't necessarily packaged in this, presented in that package, it wouldn't fly.
Yeah.
Maybe today. It's an interesting one. Comedy, it is a lesson in like just comedy.
But sure, anything if you listen to it. I mean, even Scorsese probably watches some of his stuff and was like, was an off day.
You're right, I am.
You are,
Scorsese of comedy.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Other great directors. I actually don't know who directed this movie.
Robert Letterman.
And
that's why I have to keep looking at my phone because I don't know who he is.
I don't know who he is. Robert Letterman.
Yeah, he did a load of animated films. He went from...
Why didn't he animate this?
Shark Tale, Monsters vs. Aliens.
Oh.
Yes.
And then Gulliver's Travels. And then he did Goosebumps with Jack Black afterwards, which doesn't make any sense because that one did well, I suppose, but the Gulliver's Travels bombed. And Jack Black isn't particularly good in it.
Well, maybe
he didn't make a film for 5 years. He was like, 5 years later.
This is like the tail end of when they were putting Jack Black in everything.
Yeah.
And we were like, what can't he do? And
But then he had a comeback with Goosebumps.
Yeah.
So he was there for, like, he was like at the tail end of it, and then for the comeback, he made no films in between.
He's kind of like he's kind of doing the Eddie Murphy thing of like, I'm just going to make kids movies now. Jumanji and Goosebumps and things.
Yeah, why not?
Why? Yeah, make bank. It's like, remember School of Rock? I'm just going to do a worse version of that for the next while.
Yeah. School of Rock was great.
Oh, no, 100%.
Yeah.
That was probably just before Gulliver's Travels, because he's still doing the same, he's kind of like constantly air drumming and just singing like classic rock songs out of context for no reason.
The last 4 minutes of this movie is him doing a cover of Whoa, Whoa, What? And now I will say the saving grace of this movie is that they just skip over there's a lot of cuts that just skip over a lot of plot. They really just keep it moving.
Pretty experimental.
It doesn't make any sense. But a lot of it is they cut a lot of plot out to give him more time to riff and just practice the drums and sing. And
I know nothing about the film. I presume there's a lot of shenanigans with him and the little people.
Nope, not really.
Oh.
Not as much as you think. Yeah,
there's
like
one bit where
you'd think that would be the you'd have fun with that.
There's a lot of terrible, like, because all the little people are. There's a lot of them not looking at each other in the eye as they're clearly trying to.
Yeah.
Even though Lord of the Rings had come out a decade before that and nailed all of the forced perspective stuff, and there's multiple other versions of this movies from like the 30s and 70s that did it a little better.
Yeah,
but they really phoned it in. But
I spent a lot of money doing it as well.
A lot,
over 100 million quid just to scale them up.
Yeah,
it's like
make it.
They doesn't really do any of the CGI stuff in terms of like interacting with them. There's one little bit with Jason Segel, who's putting him in his pocket and stuff like that.
A very tall man.
A very tall man. Yeah, he was. That was also maybe the end of his rising star, because he was in everything for that decade. It was a great era for just like handsome men
Yeah.
fuck him. What about kind of chubby slacker guy who doesn't really have a job? He's artistic
Yeah.
and he knows about Star Wars. It's a bit cool.
It was like, I remember that was like the happiest I'd ever been going to the movies. I was like, these guys are just like me.
Yeah.
And then they, just like I presumably would, they just started resting on their laurels, and the films just became absolute dogs.
Yeah.
It was like, they're like, oh, we don't have to try. People just show up anyway.
Yeah.
And then the movies just were terrible. But that first run of films,
Yeah.
Anchorman and Forgetting Sarah Marshall and all those movies,
Yes.
that was heaven sent. Pineapple Express,
Yeah.
Tropic Thunder. You had all these like incredible films, and then you had your Gulliver's Travels.
It petered out after a while.
Just
why we were talking about Pineapple Express the other day as it was a great movie. It really glamorized. I don't know what the name of the job is, but serving people notices.
oh yes, process
Yeah.
server.
yeah, that looked so much fun.
I remember when I was in college in Galway going to see in one day Pineapple Express and Tropic Thunder, or I think it was Tropic Thunder and Pineapple Express. That the concept of going to the cinema, first of all, go to the cinema twice in one day,
Sure,
but to see two comedies of that ilk, you're like,
yeah. And your friends are like, "Oh no, the new episode of Sopranos came out," and you're like,
yeah.
"Shove off! I'm going to see Pineapple Express."
First of all, it ended however many years ago. Second of all,
Get lost.
get lost.
Yeah.
Jog on.
Yeah, you loved all these polite expressions.
Right, yeah.
Like,
Stuff off.
hit the bricks, dillweed. Sling it walking. But yeah, you're right. They were all great movies. They just did the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
What Superbad was probably
Superbad was
the first biggest one of that.
just a few weeks ago. I was in town in the morning. I was pushing my daughter in her buggy, and I was just walking around. I was kind of thinking of like, what'll I do today? It's a weekend. It's just myself and herself. I just go to town in the morning and just kind of explore. Went into town, and I saw a man and a wife walking around the Molly Malone statue, around where all the American tourists hang out. And I said, that's Greg Mottola, director of Superbad, among many other things. And I did a mental thing. I was like, I'm going to see now. So fuse, and I went, Greg! And his wife kind of looked, and I was like, oh yeah, that was him. And then they went on, and I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to go for it. So I legged it up to them, and I was like, sorry, Greg Mottola, are you? And he was like, I was like, I would have looked insane, but I had my child with me. So there was no...
He doesn't know it's your child.
He doesn't. He's like, you just go... I was in a tracksuit.
Fathers can't be insane.
Yeah. Who? Her? But I'm there. He's like, I've literally never been recognised before. They're on their holidays to tour around.
Yeah.
But and he was off to Galway. And I too was off to Galway the following day.
Fucking a
But I
ticket on your
didn't. No,
forehead.
but I didn't say that. I didn't say
Oh.
that. But I did give him some recs. But
That's
yeah,
nice. I wouldn't recognise him on the street.
I'm another level of freak that hasn't seen all the Sopranos, but I would recognise a director of
Picture Greg
American comedies
Yeah.
from just like, I don't know how.
Well, one person, one flash cameo in this movie, Joe Latruglio.
Yes,
Yeah.
he's a paedophile in it.
In
Superbad.
Superbad. Is he a paedophile?
Is he-
Well,
or is he kind of...
he's on the paedophile scale,
He's
to be
yeah.
fair.
on the paedophile
But
scale.
he's not. That's certainly not the tentpole of his character.
Is he not?
I don't know.
I've only seen it once in the cinema. So
yeah.
in those heady days.
It sounds pretty freaking... it's pretty tired.
Yeah.
But no, I don't. He invites all those kids to come hang out at a party. Which is
Okay,
suspicious.
sorry.
I don't think necessarily.
Okay.
Yeah.
But he is in trouble for something with the people at the party. They're not happy with him.
They don't like him, but I don't think for being a paedophile.
Sorry, Joel Julia.
He's in this movie He's in this movie. He has Jack Black's. He's credited as Butt Crack Man.
Oh,
Did you notice him?
Yeah,
he's in it
he's-
for one scene.
But he gets to do his like American accent,
Yeah.
and everyone else is forced to do like an English, like
Oh,
Victorian era
yeah,
thing.
yeah,
But then
yeah.
he just shows up and gets to do.
Well, he
Whatever.
doesn't get to do much because Jack Black's trousers are falling down. It's a lot of this sort of stuff in the movie.
Okay,
And
I
he-
think I know where this is going. It sounds very funny.
He falls over, cut to Joe being like, oh, falls on top of him.
Yeah.
That's his
And
only.
presumably he's got book crack maggots. He goes into his anus.
Yes, yes,
That's brilliant.
that is brilliant.
That's sorry.
Yeah.
I want.
We
to watch
should have
it.
pivoted to following his character as he dealt with the
Yeah,
trauma.
he's like a what's the one, the Fantastic Voyage? Except
Yeah.
going up through the
Sure,
sphincter.
but it's funnier that they don't call back to him at all.
Presumably he's dead.
Presumably he's dead. Maybe that's why it doesn't show. Why didn't they show him in the rest of the movie? He's dead.
So Jack Black has this little decomposing man inside his anus for the rest of the film.
But it wouldn't have been beyond this movie that another scene where he's wiping and then there's a skeleton. Like that's the sort of level of.
They probably cut it out so
Swiftly
you could do the war song. At the end.
yeah. It's like, no.
Yeah.
Who's the jokes?
But Joe would have been. I call him Joe because we're friends. But Joe, he would have been doing stuff. He would have been in movie. Well, Superbad's a couple of years
Lots
before
of
this.
cameos.
Lots of cameos. He hadn't done Brooklyn Nine-Nine yet. That was his breakout role. He was in
not role models.
Rich for My Blood.
Role Models.
He was in Role Models.
And
He's in that other one. With
I Love
Andy
You Man as
Samberg.
well. Is he in? Is he the other guy?
Yes,
yeah.
he's the
the high pitched voice, the gym trainer.
The gym trainer. No, that's
Andy
Andy
Samberg.
Samberg and J.K. Simmons. That's not I Love You Man, is it?
It is. And
Is it?
J.K. Simmons is the dad.
Yeah.
Andy Samberg is the brother who is a PT or works in a gym.
Yeah.
And then I think Joel O'Trulli is in there as like one of the people he goes on a
High-pitched
date with.
friend. Yeah,
Yes,
the high
that's
pitch,
true.
yeah.
Oh, also starring Jason Segel.
And Tom Lennon
Yes.
gives him a kiss. He's gay.
Yeah.
In kind of,
Yeah.
would that fly now? Who's to say? Some things were better left back then.
What? A gay man kissing on screen?
Well, it's more like,
we're going back towards that, I guess.
Is that just one of your sketches?
Yeah.
It's just two gay men kiss.
Yeah. Well, that's what kind of constituted a lot of jokes back then in films.
For sure.
But I think it was more sensitive than it would have been, say, in the 90s. It definitely is more like he gets a happy ending, I think, like that character, and he comes in, he gets more to do than is just the punchline is he's gay for Paul Rudd.
But it's still kind of a shock twist that this has happened.
Yeah, exactly.
But Joe's in this, and
now you'd be cancelled for not kissing back. It's gone that far.
yeah. Well, no, I think he does, and then
It's hilarious. That film is hilarious.
it is.
I
very
rewatched
good.
it recently enough.
I think that's one of the best scenes to
it is.
when he's trying to explain Rush to his Rashida Jones.
Yes.
And I don't know, that just captures that so well when you're like, because the whole way through the music, like Rush is the soundtrack and they're playing Rush live, putting the boombox or whatever down and playing it, and it just sounds so tinny and shit.
Yeah.
Like, that's exactly what. Yeah.
Yeah.
You've never heard music until you put it on for someing to be like, this is amazing.
Yeah, and then it always
it's just
comes
like
out
it
sound like dog shit.
You've never heard it sound as bad.
Yeah.
that was a great scene. But the other. Well, yeah, T.J. Miller is in this movie, and he also features in a lot of those movies.
He does.
And there's a man with a controversy section.
Yeah, I can separate the arts from the artist if the art is good.
If what? Silicon Valley?
Yeah.
You know?
I like Chinatown. I'll watch for the rest of my life. You know,
It's what did Planscaper do wrong?
that's true.
Where on the pedophile scale would he be?
Oh, he'd be
awful.
in the middle, I'd say.
He's in France.
It's in France.
different scale.
France, there's no such thing.
Yeah, it's legal there.
Yeah.
There's Anne of the French.
He's on the list, but only in America.
Yeah.
This show is part of Headstuff Podcasts. Here's another show you might like.
Fireside has been reignited. If you love ancient tales told in a new way, or even if you just like being told a good story, then pull up a chair by the fireside. I'm Kevin Ciolahan, your host and fireside bard. And after a year-long hiatus, I'm back with fresh retellings of the folklore and mythology of Ireland and beyond. So whether you're a long-time fan or a new listener, join us and let these timeless stories light up your imagination. Fireside, the Irish Storytelling Podcast, is a proud member of the Headstuff Podcast Network. Wherever you are and wherever you go, you can always join us by the fireside.
But I'm throwing a lot of hardball questions at you.
No, but T.J. Miller, not a fan. There's that type of comedy, like the kind of random comedy, like he's in Deadpool, and that's the best place for him. You know, that kind of like I'm saying outrageous things in this kind of like very laboured way.
Yeah. But it took what all those other movies we talked about that started in 2010s, where it's just like slacker comedies.
Yeah.
And then by the 2010s, it had dissolved into just let them riff. That's what people
That's
seem
the
to like.
horrific thing about it. That's what
Yeah.
ruined comedy as much as anything else. As much as like it's like people are like, you can't make comedies anymore. Oh, it's such a shame because
Yeah,
you're going like streamers. All comedies are going to streamers or whatever instead of the cinema. It's because comedies became these like digressive like little riff where everyone is trying to top each other's like bit. I did Republic of Telly like in the towards the end, and it was sketches would just. The concept of a sketch would just, and I was as guilty of it as anyone, would just be lost because you go in and people just end up improvising and everyone just tries to be funnier than the next person rather than think of the integrity of the idea or the integrity of the sketch. People would end up just trying to just out-riff each other. And again, I was as guilty of it because you're like, if I'm funny, I'll get that. I'll be... And it just, that happened on like a much grander scale with films where you're just like watching these films and they're it was very what started as I remember being so novel, the whole thing of like improvised comedy on a big scale, and then it just became probably the worst thing ever. Even now when I do little bits and people are like, we do improv, and I'm like, can you just write something good and I'll say it instead.
Yeah. I just spend months and months and months perfecting tiny words inflections to make good content.
Exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, you're right. At the time it was, I think, 40-Year-Old Virgins was maybe the big famous one. Even that was just them calling each other gay. For
Completely, yeah.
This is cinema for the next decade.
Yeah, it is. And it looks dog shit. It's lit badly. It's shot in very kind of generic locations. And it's also 3 hours long for some reason.
Because you got to have more time for riffing.
Yeah, that's true. You can fairness,
Wasn't a problem with this film. This comes in at about an hour.
Which film is this? This film comes in at an hour, what?
15 maybe, something like that.
It doesn't come in at an hour 15. There's no chance.
Oh yeah, if you take it the singing, probably a tight hour. And you still wouldn't bloody watch it.
I think it's an hour and 24, but 4 minutes of credits at the end. Take out a couple of minutes in the beginning. The 4-minute song he does.
I think I'm going to watch this film because it sounds very...
You could do it in an hour.
Yeah.
You could watch Gulliver's Travels in an hour.
Are your kids at the age where they just watch like mindless nonsense?
She's like 1.5, so she's not watching it. So it's like...
I wouldn't save this until she can appreciate it.
Save it till she's 18.
Sopranos as well.
Sopranos and Gulliver's Travels.
Can finally watch Gulliver's Travels 2010. It's a lot of ads in it. There's like full screen ads for Avatar, which
were you watching some weird like fucking cam rip?
Honestly, you wouldn't know. There's so many not so subtle ads for the iPhone where he loses his iPhone to sea and it shows up then again in Act 3 and he's like, wow, these things are sure take it beaten.
No way.
It's very...
They find a can of Coke and they think that, but obviously it's huge for them, so it's like this giant statue.
Yeah.
And it's just very much so a red can of Coke.
He goes to Lilliput Land and makes them rebuild Times Square with the ads. And Victoria, listen, Chris O'Dowd's in this movie.
Oh,
yeah.
Irish Pride.
There's a big wave of...
They make him do an English
another
accent.
tall man. Yeah. What's that? What's casting like freakishly tall men as freakishly small men?
Yeah.
Not freakishly
What size
tall.
is he? Like 6?
He's a tall man. Over 6 foot now.
Basically a giraffe.
Yes.
It seemed to be a big push of like the English wave of not English. Fuck. Strike that, not English.
No, if you're gonna keep in the Teen Fosca.
But you've got
That's actually all that's going to be left by the end.
The controversy section.
Saying Chris O'Dowd was English. But you've got O'Dowd, you've got Emily Blunt, Billy Connolly, a Scottish man, Catherine Tate.
As well.
I think they're showing a lot of people at the wall be like, someone's going to
Yeah.
But James Corden as well. They're all in this movie. They all have maybe like 2 lines each.
This is all very 2000s kind of sound.
Very, yeah. Well, it's also presented in 3D, which is another thing that died in the early 2010s.
This film sounds so strange.
Oh, it's terrible. But it was just like a hodgepodge of ideas.
Yeah.
And I don't know. They're like, everyone in England loves Catherine Tate and always will.
Yeah.
I think this is around the time she was in
The Office. Yeah. She, fair dues to her. She did great. COVID. Well, I was in London a few weeks ago and I saw a poster for the big panto and she's the leading. But I think panto over there, it's like
They respect the
they
art
respect
form.
the art form, as they should.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, no, she's fine. And also, yeah, she was in the office. She's grand. She's not going anywhere.
No.
She's not hurting.
Would you do a panto?
Yeah, I mean.
Oh, no, you wouldn't.
Oh, damn it! I would. It's all about time. A lot of stuff is about timing.
Christmas, yeah.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if I was, I know, I was chatting recently about someone who does panto on the reg.
Yeah.
Does the Gaiety panto, and it is taxing. Isn't the word for it? Like it is so intense that I feel like if I was like, Jesus, it's getting tight, getting close to the end of the year, and not much is happening. Jesus, the taxes.
Yeah.
I could see myself running at it and having a blast. But if you had other stuff on, I'm a devil for double booking myself or having these like ongoing projects that I'm working on, and then other work stuff gets in the way of it, and that's tough enough. But when it's something like the panto, which just sounds like so full on, so intense, you would get nothing else done. You wouldn't have the time or the energy for it. So I would want to not have anything.
You want to fully commit to it. If you're doing it, you're doing it.
I'm doing it. But just so you know, if anyone's out there looking for a lad, I want to be a baddie in a panto if I was to do it.
Yeah, you reckon? Yeah.
Captain Hook. Specifically, I want to be Captain Hook.
You want to play Captain Hook?
Yeah. Put it out there. Manifest.
I don't know if this is manifesting if you directly say it to a camera and be like, book me. I put a vision board in my room and I asked every agent in the city to book me for a panto. Just putting it out there.
It's like manifesting with a bit of get up and go.
Yeah, a bit of direction.
Yeah.
Do a bit, meet them halfway.
Yeah, come on.
That's
Emily Blunt. Emily Blunt turned down.
No, she didn't turn down. She had to not do. Although I've read different bits of it. So supposedly she was meant to be cast as Black Widow in Iron Man 2, which is like the first.
But she did that instead.
She had to.
She had to do this. And in fairness, The Devil Wears Prada.
Which made her some sort.
Yeah, I assume is a big movie for women.
The Devil Wears Prada's before this, though.
Sure. Yeah, it is. So she did that. And then because of that, some sort of Hollywood, it was, I don't know if Fox produced both of them, but she was contractually obligated to do another second film. So instead of getting set, that would have been the next 15 years sword in Avengers films.
I mean, she's done all right.
She's done all right.
Would she be in Oppenheimer if she was in the Avengers movies? Although,
no. Well,
Robert Downey Jr. is in Oppenheimer.
Yeah, exactly. That was actually probably the worst example.
That's the worst example I could have picked.
Would she be in Day After Tomorrow if she was in the Marvel films? Possibly not.
Is she in the Day After Tomorrow?
Is that the Tom Cruise one with the...
No, that's...
no, sorry, not the Day After Tomorrow. What the hell?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow never comes.
Live, Die, Repeat.
Yeah. Which I think is the original.
Edge of Tomorrow.
Edge of Tomorrow. Great film.
Wonderful. And she wouldn't have been in that if she had have been in the Marvel movies.
True. You really put it into perspective.
Yeah.
Also,
that was a great film.
Those Marvel movies, most of them are a load of shite, as far as I can tell.
What the? Whoa. Settle down.
I haven't seen most of them.
That's a hot take. We're going to have to...
Is it?
No.
At this day and age, it was a hot take a few years ago. Now it's like everyone's like, that was a bit embarrassing.
This is going to be in your controversy section.
Yeah. Slandered the Marvel
Slandered Marvel in 2025.
Hasn't finished Sopranos.
Yeah.
Like, what culture? I can't even get my high horse about how cultured I am because I haven't watched Sopranos finished.
But it is, if we were talking about this the other day, it is funny that I suppose now, multi-film sagas are much more of a thing nowadays than back in the past. But if you're trying to make a movie back in the past, maybe one of your actors dies and halfway through a trilogy, and that was a big issue. But now it's much more of an issue of like trying not to have lads be cancelled.
Right.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Obviously, I'm not, if someone gets cancelled, I'm with the victims, not the movie studios.
No, I'm with
But at the same time, the studios, they put an awful lot of money.
It's a lot of money on the line here.
That must be like
people's jobs.
They must
livelihoods.
Grill like politicians get grilled now with people.
I'd say they're starting to.
Have you done anything? Have you sent one Snapchat of your willy to someone?
Yes. And could you please just not be doing stuff while we're
filming?
Like Jonathan Majors, that was like they'd be teaching that in.
As in, don't hang your entire film series off the back of a lad who is about to get mega.
No way they could have known, I suppose.
No, there isn't. But also,
it's been working for years.
Like again, in the 80s. Because in the 80s, that wouldn't have even been a blip. Like they would have just kept trucking.
100%.
Yeah.
Bring back Hollywood fixers. You know, the lads that they go in, they pay people off, they throw lads out windows, or they do whatever needs doing to cover it up.
Yeah.
Hey, Astar's a squeaky clean.
Yeah.
He's just a confirmed bachelor and he lives with a friend of his. That's all.
Oh my God, he was seen down Atlanta sucking off hobos under a bridge.
No. Then you
Yeah,
get in, you get
Oof.
the club. No, I think
He jerked off every hobo in Atlanta, so there was nothing left. Well, we're getting close to an hour now, so let's finish it up on. Well, the Bermuda Triangle features heavily in this movie.
in the Gulliver's Travels. Oh,
Yeah.
Are you making things up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
No, they need a device. Jack Black is he's going on an assignment.
He's a mailroom guy
Yeah.
from some newspaper or magazine, and he's never taken the risk to step up and say that he's a writer. He wants to do something like that, and then he's going to ask out some woman who's his boss, and then he backs out of that last minute and goes, "Oh, actually, no, I was here for a travel assignment in Bermuda."
Yeah.
And hijinks and so.
A big part of
certainly
their,
do. Anus related.
Oh,
hijinks.
sure. But not in the way you expect. But in the early part of the movie, it is really pushing like, you should hit on your coworkers. Just
Yeah,
definitely.
your female boss. That's
Yes.
the one.
That's the
who
thing, yeah.
Go out and ask her out. What's
just
the
make
worst that
sure-
could happen?
Make sure you've never talked to her before.
Yeah, for sure.
He's never said a word to her yet.
Be really awkward around her.
She owes you.
Oh, yeah.
She owes that to you.
Yeah.
What you do is you wait until, like he does in the film, until everyone else has left the office and most of the lights are off.
Then you come in.
And you corner her in her office.
You're standing, the doors to your back, the only means of escape. She's
Yeah.
sitting down, you're in a power pose. All right?
Yes.
And that's when you shoot your shot.
I think that these are lessons that, like, I think
A lot of young
when
men
we
needed
stopped-
to hear.
when we stopped teaching those lessons, that's when Andrew Tate and the likes came to fore.
Exactly.
We need to go back to have our misogyny presented to us by cuddly,
Yeah.
but like Jack Black,
When it's
rather than like
it
evil
it needs to be more
kickboxers.
insidious.
Yeah.
You look at Andrew Tate and you're like, yeah, he's a wronger. You
Yeah,
know, he's
yeah,
good. You know,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
too obvious. You need more the schlubby guy who you thought was a friend, the shoulder you could cry on, and then
Yes.
oh,
Yeah.
a dick pic.
That's not a shoulder.
Yeah. That's not a shoulder. I watched The Holiday for the first time maybe last Christmas. You ever see that? Jack Black's in that.
He is indeed.
Yeah, it's all right.
He goes in a spiel about Ennio Morricone, I think.
He does, because they spend a lot of time, which is funny in rom-coms, I guess, but this is is it Cameron Diaz and Jude Law, and they're very attractive people. So there's two stories going on at the same time, where Jack Black and Kate Winslet are getting into a romantic entanglement, and simultaneously Cameron Diaz and Jack Black, or Jude Law, are getting into entanglement. But theirs is like straight away, because they're both very attractive people. And there's like nothing. I think he shows up at her door drunk and is like pissing in a bin.
Yes.
And she's like, oh my God, an Englishman. And they're like immediately straight to the like, hot love affair. Whereas the other is just about an hour of the movie trying to convince you. Like,
Kate
no,
Winslet
he's pretty charming.
Yeah.
They're in Blockbuster. He knows some of the movies. He's doing a little bit about and she was in Titanic, sure, but she's getting on in years and the options aren't going to be there forever. Jack, he seems like a nice, stable guy. And
This is
he
you,
knows.
you as the director pitching it to them.
Yeah, but it just keeps coming back to the other two, and they're like fucking, and then like it's getting more complicated, and then it's just going back to them and be like, well, he seems like he knows cinema.
Well,
Good.
I do remember Kate Winslet in the press for the film been like, she was like, Jack Black is the sexiest co-star I've ever had, and that seems like a nice thing to say. But I also, if I was Jack Black, I'd be like, that's so condescending. and now I'd be like, don't do that. Don't say that. It's like, and isn't he the best? He's the fastest on the team.
Yeah.
It's like she had like what, DiCaprio.
Yeah, Leonardo DiCaprio.
Like,
who?
Yeah, it's like no. Come on, don't say that. That's not to say Jack Black isn't a very attractive man.
He's very attractive.
He is.
Actually, there's a Titanic cameo, if that even makes sense, in
Gulliver's
Travels. There is. He gets them to rebuild. None of this movie makes any sense.
I could say anything and it'd somehow be like, oh, that's in Gulliver's Travels, actually.
Well,
It's like,
Scorsese, Sopranos, Van Morrison's all in there.
Yeah.
He gets them to that bit
Right,
that
the
actually
music
made me laugh.
the film bit's good.
It is
because he makes them do it as plays. He's wrote a play, and it's just like the Titanic.
But then you've got all the Catherine Tate and all them, they're like stuffy Victorian people, but they're watching Star Wars and Titanic. It's pretty funny.
This sounds gas.
That bit did make me laugh.
Good film.
Jason Segel, when he's crying at the Titanic going down, was like, but they said it was unsinkable. It's pretty good.
That sounded like Chris O'Dowd. Are you sure it wasn't Chris O'Dowd?
No, because he's the only one who sees through Jack Black's bullshit.
Just your accent.
Yeah, O'Dowd's accent does slip quite a bit from.
I going to watch it right now, I think.
Yeah,
Mm.
watch it on your phone on the way home, loudly on the bus with no
In
headphones.
TikTok, kind of like for some reason they've done a grind set kind of like cut on TikTok where it's like they've isolated certain lines of Jack
Yeah.
Black's to make it sound like a real striver, like incel stuff.
I don't even know what you would. There's a bit where he's like chained up in a cave and they're throwing hay at him.
Mm. There's a bit where he's turned into he's the plaything of a giant girl. He's like he's dressed up as a doll or as
Because there's a giant fruit world as well.
Which I wrote down
and
the
they
name
only
of.
go to that for like a little bit because there's in the real Gulliver's Travels, I guess there's 3 worlds, 3 or 4.
There's 4.
4, because and they decide to leave out the one where there's talking horses. But there's a world full of talking horses.
How in
and
this
they go,
film where clearly
like,
everything is
there's not enough time.
There's not enough time.
You gotta sing war.
Honestly, yes.
A horse should have sang war. God, Hollywood, do I have to give you all your ideas?
Well, I mean, to be honest, this movie has been remade every decade or so we can do it again.
I've only seen the Ted Danson miniseries.
Did you?
Oh, I didn't know
in
it
the
existed.
90s.
Yeah, there's the 10 that was so that the other word is called Brobdingnag, which they don't say in the movie, and I don't know how to pronounce. But Lilliput's the one we all know and love.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's the Ted Danson one in '96, and then there's one with Richard Harris.
Yeah, I
in
watched that
77.
this morning.
Yeah.
Because I was like, this was a pretty bad film. So I was like, you know what? Maybe the Richard Harris one's going to be great. And I was like, 10 minutes in, this is fantastic. See, they just do it like that. After about 15 minutes, it's the exact same film.
Yeah.
It's not
Right
good.
down to war.
Yeah.
Except he's singing MacArthur Park at the
um, do you any thoughts on Richard Harris?
Fucking loads. Are you shitting me? That's
Yeah.
in the podcast.
We should have said that at the start.
Should have done that.
Richard Harris, I love him. I
Yeah,
love
I
him.
figured
He's a
you would.
fascinating guy. I love that era of actor, obviously, which a lot of people do. I also love looking beyond the kind of romantic, aren't we, brawlers into like the inherent tragedy of what it's like to be an alcoholic man in the 70s who like ruined his entire like life several times over, but like, you know, he was famous, so he kind of it's fascinating. That type of man fascinates me now. And
do you ever hear his radio, the interview with the guy in the yellow suit from the Angela's Ashes debate on Late Late? So he had like a local radio station
in Limerick,
and Richard Harris calls in and they both go back and forth bashing Frank McCourt.
No,
it's like half an hour, 40 minutes. It's ages. Like it's the full show of the hour of the guy's local radio show, and he's just talking about how I'd be over in New York and I'd meet the mother, and they wouldn't care for the mother. They'd be bringing the mother over whiskey and cigarettes, so she'd die.
Incredible. Incredible.
Because I want to do an episode for the show about the beef between Richard Harris and Frank McCourt.
I didn't even know there was one. That makes me very happy.
He says that all of Angela's Ashes is like a lie.
That's the general consensus. I remember hearing that as a child. I remember hearing that as a child, that the Angela's Ashes was...
You're watching it in the cinema and someone behind you is like, it's all fake. Funny.
Lamb and Griffin, what are you doing here? Richard Harris, I love English Bob in Unforgiven is one of the great characters of all time.
We just watched, is it Trojan Eddie was the name of the movie?
Trojan Eddie. Yeah. I haven't seen it, but it's
pretty. He's really good in it. Yeah.
King of the Travelers, but not a boxer.
Yeah.
I love the thing about the Field where what I really love to get griner about it is as like Richard Harris and Peter O'Toole, they have like these iconic, undeniable turns, like the Bull, like Lawrence of Arabia fame.
Oh yeah.
But then you look like genuinely 90%, if you go on IMDb or whatever, genuinely 90% of their filmography is like absolute scour, unwatchable scour. I just love going through that because you can just see it's like, Jesus, the tax man was coming for me, so I need to go to Italy to shoot this like action movie where I'm hanging off a helicopter, and it's like I didn't read the script. I only get my pages. I'm drunk the entire time. Like the coke is great in Bolivia, wherever we're filming. And that to me is like, I love that. That's my little kind of niche interest. And Richard Harris is one of the best ever. If you see like up to the 90s when he does Bull McCabe, before that, it was like at least a decade of like crap TV movies, crap like Italian exploitation movies, like shitty movies, and then the Bull. He was meant to do Sean McGinley's part in The Field. I think the priest who kind of has one. It's like one firebrand scene of like coming in and like blowing all the. And so that was Richard Harris
God
as a
bless
cameo.
Sean McGinley, who's
Well, Sean McGinley,
Yeah.
it worked out for the best. Not the best. Like I think it was Ray McAnally was going to play the bull, and
The
he
bull.
died of a heart attack. So then
mm,
Harris got, I think, a heart attack.
yeah.
I always presume he's like all fucking hard living men. That's how they go. But like Harris just got like because they had to fucking fill the
Sure.
button. It's like, oh, Richard Harris, may as well get him to it, and that kind of gave him this whole like '90s run of like
Yeah.
Patriot Games and Unforgiven and stuff. But like before that, he was like completely, and then same with like Peter O'Toole. They're just like he made Lawrence of Arabia, and then
Yeah.
he just like, oh, where am I going? Yeah, just like that. Not just that. There was a couple of good ones, but like then it became like, where do I get to film? Where?
Yeah.
Who's my co-star? Female co-star?
But you're an actor. I suppose you wouldn't. You got to keep the lights on, and
You have to
don't
keep the lights-
necessarily know what's going to be good or what's going to be dog shit.
No,
I
and
imagine.
and like. Yeah, that's exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's all I'll
Like-
say about that. No, as in,
Yeah,
like,
but
there's-
like every time you see any interview after any movie, and they're like, "Yeah, I read the script. I just thought it was amazing." But like, you don't know what's going to be. Like the edit can make or break a movie. You would have no idea if it's going to be
Well, I did.
your role that people talk about forever, or just some even like
Exactly.
Italian exploitation movies. You're like, all of the amazing cowboy films that come out. You wouldn't even know that would necessarily make a bad movie.
Exactly, and you might not even have a good experience making it. And be
Sure,
like, what
yeah.
the and then everyone catches on. You're like, I guess.
Yeah,
I did something recently, ish, and
it's just muddy the waters.
but I was like, this is not a sexy proposition,
Yeah,
but it was but I was like, you find the thing that you're like, but I get to do this, or I get to
Mm.
meet this person, and then you're like, then you show up to work with a spring in your step, and you find you can. I've done so little of it that I'm not jaded, so like I can at that level. I've done so little of it at a certain level that I'm not jaded in any way. So I just show up with a spring in my step every time. But like, you do have to find something, even if you're like, this is not going to turn out maybe the most exciting thing in the world, the best.
Yeah.
You find like a way to make it.
But even you get to work with it. Like Chris O'Dowd probably showed up to set with this. You're like, oh, Billy Connolly, Jack Black at the height of his fame, big American blockbuster. This is it. And then compared to, was it The Double with like Richard Ayoade?
Yeah,
which is
one scene.
Yeah, that's great.
It's amazing.
And,
yeah.
yeah. But like, that's you don't know.
You don't know.
Like,
Yeah, but you can have an idea, but
Yeah.
it's like, it's impossible. But it is, especially if you're like not one of the leads or anything like that. You're just kind of
yeah.
hoping against hope.
But Richard Harris's son, he's in Mad Men.
He is a madman. Look at that.
God.
Different soul to his dad, which for the
Yeah.
better, healthier.
Very good Mad Men. Really great in Chernobyl. I rewatched that again a while ago. You haven't seen it, so
Yeah,
that's
I haven't
fine.
seen it either. So
That's
good,
fine.
yeah.
Listen, well, that's pretty much.
Yeah.
That's we mentioned Gulliver's Travels enough times for contractual obligation.
Yeah.
There's another version from the 1930s
Mm-hmm.
where they use rotoscope technology and it looks amazing.
That was from the 30s.
Yeah,
Oh,
37 it would have been started, I think, and then out in 39. And looks better than the Richard Harris one.
And we could have just talked Richard Harris for the whole episode instead.
No, I thought it was funnier just to
Yeah.
just like,
things that I
talk
haven't
about
seen.
things that Peter is not interested in, then right at the end watch his
I'm
eyes
interested in
light up like,
Sopranos.
and we're out of time. Just as
Yeah,
you're like,
just like-
one of my heroes said, what? Fucking Richard Harris.
He's great. Like the stories when he goes on the
The
talk
story-
shows
like,
as
yeah,
well. It's
exactly.
That's a load of bollocks. None of this happened.
The one where he's talking
We
about
buys the pub.
Yeah, that kind of. I'm like,
Yeah.
if you believe that, I've a pub to sell you. You know that
Yeah.
kind of way. And we woke up and said, we bought the bloody pub. Like, come on.
the Macbeth one where he's doing is like the doctor. Don't tell me that's not real.
The one where he's like in the audience. Is it?
No, he says he's in Macbeth and whoever's the lead.
Oh,
I think you
the
can,
anti-Irish guy.
Yeah.
That's, oh, that's real because I want that.
yeah,
one.
exactly.
Yeah.
And I think you can figure out who it is pretty easily, but he's giving him dogs abuse, Irish stuff the whole time. And he's playing the doctor, and they only have one line in Macbeth, and he's like, she should have died here. Oh, no. Yeah, he walks out and says, she's dead, my lord. And then it launches into the big soliloquy of like, she should have died hereafter. And like, this is the one that everyone wants to do. And on the night of the play, he walks out and she's like, how's Lady Macbeth? And he's like, yeah, she's grand.
Yeah.
And he just walked off.
But
And-
see,
That's got to be real.
It's got to be real, but also if it's not, that is a testament to what a funny devil he is. To come up with that even just as a concept.
Sure.
And it feels like quite ahead of its time or something. People always think that about jokes. It's like all that kind of funny meta, like knowing stuff is like our generation invented it. But it does feel very like he was kind of ahead of the curve.
But that could also, I suppose, it could easily be like a street joke in theatre.
Exactly.
Like that could be, people do that to wind each other up the whole time, and he's just done a very good version of it.
Because he was so animated. He was such a good,
yeah,
like on those shows.
As well as I told the story there, he has it even better, if possible.
No, I don't think so.
But it's a really great, maybe it is fake.
He loved Limerick. He loved Limerick, and he was like...
There's a statue of him down there playing badminton or something.
Do you know there's not a statue of him in Limerick?
What?
Frank McCourt.
It's 1-0, I'd say.
Yes.
Build the statue.
Because I'm obsessed with that interaction on the Late Late Show.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Yeah. Irish TV, there's some bits, or like that guy who's, was it the Scientology episode of the Late Late Show back in the 90s? Some guy was like yelling up at Pat, but there's a few on, or that guy...
Pat was constantly getting assaulted verbally from audiences. Prime time on Late Late Show.
Did anyone ever storm the set for Tubridy and like abuse him? Because that happened to Kenny multiple times.
Yeah, that's you measure your success, your character by how many people storm a set that you're on.
Yeah. Or how happy that guy who walked right up onto the set when he was like, "You're a disgrace," and like his back was the guy in the brown jacket.
You're a censor. How dare you?
What?
Gayburn and you are you're unstoppable arseholes. You arsehole.
Thank you very much.
You piece of shit.
Sorry for that rude interruption.
And you never see his face.
Oh, yeah,
so he's like culturally iconic now in Ireland, but we've no idea who he is.
Who's like, I go sue an old woman over a field.
No, that's the guy from the audience.
Oh, yeah.
That's another one where...
You've had your day, Pat. You've lived your high life. Now I'm going off to sue an old woman for a field because I feel I might make $1 million or more.
Which, to be fair, he did like doing that.
What does he say? It's not condescending. It's...
It's a even more convoluted word than that.
Moralising, pontificating, who say, we need to cut it back to the Northern Ireland system, and they don't have the moral right to stand for the people of this country. And it's you, Pat Kenny, who gets £600,000 a year for doing 11 hours a week, and you have the indignity to speak about people on the social welfare, on disability, and then you pontificate against ministers and their corrupt system.
And he's obviously just read it or just learned what it is. He uses it every time.
It's like, if you get to speak on camera, you need to use this word. They're daring him. You need to use that word. Look, Pat's one. I was thinking this the other day. I'd love, before he retires, I'd love to get on his show to promote something. So I disavow everything that you've just said.
Because we've been doing a lot of coverage of politics, the presidential races and whatever, and watching the primetime debates the Pat hosts in 2011. Where the one where Sean Gallagher
it's incredible.
Him, but it's like a panto audience, and Pat's just riffing. And you can hear Sean starting to sweat and talking about bagmen and stuff in the audience. Like, Pat's just twisted. At some point they start hissing at Gallagher, and it's just Pat's like, "Whoa, hang on a second!" It's just he's a master of his art.
He was like whatever. Like Jim Gavin got off so easy compared to like Gallagher. Like he was like, "Who said that?"
Yeah.
Moron out there with his mad egg-shaped head and his just like his stupid voice and his just like no personality and just like
he
almost
won
fed to the wolves. He did almost win, to be fair.
Yeah,
but then the brown the mysterious tweet that came through or whatever it was about the brown envelope.
Again, we've been like heavily into that in the last while, but it's even funnier going back because Twitter was just invented, I guess, or it's just breaking into Irish.
Yeah, it would have had that impact on politics. It wouldn't have had that impact on politics.
It wouldn't happen
probably
now.
One of the first times RT ever did like a live reading out of tweets. Yeah, and they were like, what's the worst that could happen?
The tweet
completely changed the trajectory.
Well, the tweet came from, and he reads it out on the show. The tweet comes from Martin for President.
Yeah,
it was like they sent it in. But it's not even like.
Didn't even use a different user.
No, it's like really. This came from your
not Sinn Féin.
Yeah, like this came from your opponent in this race. And when you go read it live, throw this at you as fact. And it's because it came from the internet.
Watch the video he made. That really like inspiring video of him behind a desk where he's like, from river dance to whatever. We river danced around the world and we did. It's incredible. It's the most like it's stock now to say, oh, ChatGPT.
Yeah.
It is the most ChatGPT, like, write me an Irish speech ever. It's like, from you two to this, so we river danced around the world and now look at us how we're going. It is.
And we're doing a great job for ourselves.
It's fantastic stuff.
And Italia 90 and Bono and the way he might look at you and the pint of harp.
He might talk about Sally
O'Brien.
I could be wrong. He surely doesn't. But he may as well have.
Yeah.
It's great stuff.
That's beautiful.
I'll send it to you after this. It's still out there.
What the what the hell's his name? Viper Higgins, Francis.
Oh yeah,
whatever is Chris Tordoff. Yeah. His video during lockdown where he just does a interpretive dance to the
underneath the train.
Oh my God,
that was
incredible.
That was quintessential lockdown watching.
That's one of the best things I've ever seen.
Unbelievable. And just people are walking by being like, yeah, we're all losing it.
Yeah. It's like,
that was well into no one had seen their family or friends for
a week, and they just they walk through this tunnel in Mayo, and this man is giving a heartfelt monologue.
Reciting
You're a liar. But it's so. The thing about it is, it's so beautifully framed, beautifully shot. It's hard, and it's like
backlit, so you can't see his face.
At a time, especially when everyone was doing the front-facing camera thing, yours truly included. To do something that looks like a Terrence Malick film, is pretty great. He's. I'd love to see more from that man.
Yes, or I think we've just got the right amount from him.
Actually, you could be right.
Every once in a while, he puts out gold.
I know completely. I agree.
Yeah. But have you got anything you want to plug? What are you doing?
I've got tickets to my show. That's going to be around various dates around the country. Go and me link in bio to find out where. Just Google my name and you're the closest town to you. See if you're there. And anything else? No, nothing really. Just know that everyone I said I was just messing.
Only messing.
Only messing.
Yeah, that was it.
I know.
She can't even have the crack anymore.
You can't even say anything anymore.
That's it.
Oh! And also, listen to my podcast. It's called, and it's out every Tuesday.
And just to let you know again, November 25th, Jonathan Swift Festival, us and Peter McGann live in the Workmans. €15, 25th of November. We'll see you then. Shafter.
This show is part of the Head Stuff Podcast Network.